Hi, my name's Greg and I am about to get into photography a bit more deeper than just my point and shoot camera. And I don't know much. I've watched a few videos and read a few books, but I'm going to learn, and you're more than welcome to join me on my journey and help me with some comments. Maybe I get some facts wrong, or you might be able to give me some tips on where I'm going wrong. My original camera from years ago was the Canon 100D, quite a big and bulky camera, and it also came with the 75-300 interchangeable zoom lens. But because it's so big and bulky and it had no video, which is just about a must nowadays, and a tiny screen, and my eyesight's failing a little, I tended not to take it anywhere, and I never really got into it. But in this day and age of micro four thirds camera, which I've done a bit of research on, there is a lot more interesting cameras out there, and I have read up a fair bit, and subsequently I came to the decision to buy myself the Olympus OMD, and I'm quite happy with my purchase so far. Cameras have come a long way in technology, and you're welcome to join me on my learning adventure with this camera and the components that I buy to go with it. And you're welcome to give me advice or comments. If you know quite a bit about cameras and lenses, and you're a professional and you're hoping to pick up little tips here and there, you're probably not going to get them from me. But hopefully some of the accessories I buy, I might give you some sort of idea of what might help you. I'm not sure. You're welcome to watch and see if you can pick up anything. The reason I bought the OMD is mainly was its quality of image from what I've read, and its size. And I really wanted one with a viewfinder. The only thing it doesn't really have that I was hoping for was the pop-up flash and the screen that would flip out. This screen tilts up and down. Pull it right out, up and down. But if you want to take a self-portrait or see what you're actually doing, it doesn't have that. It doesn't have Wi-Fi, although it does support the iFi card, which has the Wi-Fi built into it, the SD card, which slots in the side. There. I don't have one yet. It's about $109 for a 16 gig, so I'll have to look into that one further down the track. I've bought a few other things in the meantime. This is the standard kit lens, which is 12 to 50, quite a wide lens, out to 50, and has a little ring that slides on it, and when you click it forward it has a power zoom for video mode, and when you hit the little button on the side you can click it forward for macro pictures, which is fantastic for taking photos up close. So yeah, I was happy with that. What I did buy to start with was this UV filter. I only got it cheaper to start with, just to generally thin piece of glass to protect the lens from getting hit. I do intend on getting a proper UV filter one. But another thing I did buy with the camera, you can unscrew it here, just to give you an idea of what it is. This is the camera as you buy it with that kit lens. It feels nice in the hands, and the body's quite small. And I hope to put a small prime lens on it, which will fit in a rather large jacket pocket. So when I'm taking the kids to the football, when they're playing football or basketball or whatever, I can just pull it out of my pocket and get a nice shot. So this is part of a two-part add-on handle which has electrical contacts there which screw into the bottom of the camera. And there is a little rubber pad that flicks out and covers that up when you're not using it, and it makes the handle just that little bit larger. It gives you more of that traditional DSLR grip. But those electrical contacts, I'll screw it on, if I can get it in the right spot. Those electrical contacts control this extra dial and button, and it makes it really nice to hold and quite comfortable. So yes, I'm very happy with that, and it was rather expensive as it was $300, but it also came with a second piece to the grip, which you can also add on. It's got the little contact cover there, and I'll mount that and explain to you what that one does, or what I believe it does. I haven't used it properly yet. It's all still new to me. Okay, don't want to damage anything. Battery grip it's called. Right. And why can't I get it to fit properly? Because I've only used it once or twice, that's why. Line it up with the hole. Of course, I've got the little rubber stopper to take off. Aha! Now we're in. It sounds better, feels better. Lined up. And we are in. Now, my little pocketable camera has now become more of a professional looking camera. This grip has an extra battery in it for a longer life. And it also has a few extra controls. As you can see, I can turn it around now, and I can take portrait shots. And it's got some extra dials, front and back, and a couple of function buttons. There's the little lock. So now it really feels like a small version of a professional camera. And I believe, I haven't downloaded any of my shots yet, but I believe the shots are pretty much on a par with some of the lower end professional cameras, so we'll soon find out. So yes, very happy with this so far. And what else have I bought? This is the main one of the problems. You sit it up on the table and let it go, and it drops down. It's a bit front heavy when the big lens is on. So what have I bought to go with it? I bought online another Olympus lens. Which goes out to a 150 zoom, which I believe in the old terms is the equivalent of a 300 on a 35mm camera. So I've zoomed in on next door's roof at their chimney, and I'm pretty happy with how close it gets. I'll let you know how I go with longer shots. And yeah, I was quite pleased with that. Normally if you buy them straight from a photography dealer or something, you'll probably pay about $400 or $500. But I'd say what a lot of people do is, a lot of camera stores do, is buy these in a kit and separate them. And because they buy them cheaper, they can sell them cheaper online. And that's how I ended up with this one. It cost me about $200, $250. Good lens. Right. Good lens for as far as I'm concerned, so far. But one of my purchases, which was a bit of a no-brainer, I've been told, I just had to get this because it was so cheap for a prime lens, is my very first prime lens. And it's a 19mm Sigma Micro Four Thirds prime lens. I believe Sigma haven't been making these for very long. And there's my alarm. Picked my son up from kinder. So I'll leave it there. And hopefully you can join me on my journey and my learning curve. And I better go and get my son. See ya. Okay, so I'm back from kinder pickup. And basically I'll just give you a quick summary of why I bought this camera. I've got the full works on here, the extra battery grip and the weather sealed lens, which has the power zoom for video. If I was going to an 18th or 21st birthday or a wedding, this is how I would probably set the camera up, with the extra battery, some portraits with the other grip, and being weatherproof. If there's a bit of rain or a shower or something like that, I don't have to worry. It's also dustproof. I'd probably pack my bag full of all the gear and use it from there. So that was one reason for this setup. For the next scenario, I would probably remove the extension of the battery grip, and I would put on this telephoto lens. It's nice to hold, a little bit lighter without the battery grip. And if I'm watching my son playing football out on the field where I really need to zoom in to see him, I have that option. And it's not too big. Better than carrying around the Canon 1000D. I think before I said it was a 100D, but no, it's a 1000D. So I'd rather carry this than this. And for the third scenario, just to take the camera along to a friend's house, or just in case I see something that pops up that I'd like to snap, I could take it along like this. I would take the second part of the battery extension off, makes it even lighter, tiny little lens on the front, carry it in my pocket if I needed to. So it's not much bigger than a compact. So it goes from compact up to similar size to a smaller DSLR. So that explains my decision in what I've done. Now I just have to use it and read the manual and take some more photos and start learning. So give me a like if you've watched this video. Just give me a bit of encouragement, and hopefully I've been a little bit helpful to someone. And I'll post some more videos if you people like it. See ya.